Good morning, and first, as always, I would like to thank the Academy, Tarsus Medical, and Dr. Klatzen Goldman for providing this wonderful forum for us to share innovative therapies. As Amy said, I'm the director of the Aesthetic Fellowship, and I have been for a number of years, but for the last 7 years, I have focused primarily on stem cell research and clinical training. And so that has taken me full circle back to anti-aging and functional medicine. Disclosures, I'm the medical editor of New You magazine, which is a magazine which promotes anti-aging and regenerative medical therapies, and I have the Ageless Institute in Florida. This is our institute. With our stem cell research, we have started over 30 clinical trials, and we're currently conducting IRB trials in the following degenerative diseases with subspecialists in almost every field. The results have been gratifying, but what we do is we treat patients that have failed traditional therapies. So everything that you have learned with regenerative medicine, functional medicine, detoxification is necessary to restore health in these elderly and oftentimes debilitated people. So we're treating pulmonary conditions, orthopedic conditions, endocrinology disorders, immune disorders, neurodegenerative disorders, and again, the results are very good, but it's not responsible medical care to intervene with experimental therapies without first doing what we do, and that is nutritional status and metabolic balancing, hormone balancing, eradicating environmental toxicities, genetic profiling, addressing food sensitivities, and then what has become more apparent to me and very useful to me, which I would like to share with you today, is that almost none of this is possible without balancing the gut microbiome. The gut microbiome is an actual ecological community of commensal symbiotic flora of both beneficial and pathogenic organisms that literally share our body space. And it should probably be considered an actual organ system, and we're learning far more about it with current research. The number of intestinal microflora or microorganisms is 10 times the number of the cells in our own bodies, and they're individual, and the interactions between this system and our bodies is quite complex. The intestinal microflora, again, is individual and specific from the mouth down, and it is important that the microflora be maintained in the natural balance for that individual. The human microflora consists primarily of 4 dominant phyla, Firmicutes, Bacteroidetes, Actinobacteria, and Proteobacteria. And the Bacteroidetes and the Firmicutes actually form about 90% of the gut flora, but again, there's tremendous individual variation. The gut microbiome performs many important functions for us, and these can be properly divided into metabolic functions, protective functions, and structural and histologic functions. The metabolic functions that we rely on these microorganisms for are the production of many important vitamins like vitamin K, amino acid biosynthesis, bioacid bioformation, fermentation of non-digestible substrates in the intestine, and the production of short-chain fatty acids. The protective functions are colonization resistance, so competitive inhibition, innate and adaptive immunity, inflammatory cytokine regulation, antimicrobial secretion to protect us from infection, immune system development for lymphatic system enlargement,